All right, let's get back in tonight to the psychology of an extraordinary visionary. If you, I'm already seeing Chicago, yes. God bless you, popping up on my screen already. The psychology of an extraordinary visionary. We went through part one, and the points in part one, the first 3 points were extraordinary visionaries have accepted that they are worth it. They have accepted that they are worth it. You will never maximize as long as you're living with that sense of unworthiness, that false sense of unworthiness. Secondly, extraordinary visionaries represent their brand. You look like your future. You model where you're going. You wake up every day and you intentionally represent the person that you need the world to see, or you represent the person that you really are. You never misrepresent yourself when you are an extraordinary visionary. You dress on purpose, you behave on purpose, you do everything on purpose. Thirdly, extraordinary visionaries do not hear everybody. Extraordinary visionaries are not listening to everybody's voice. Eagles don't speak pigeon language. Eagles listen to eagles. Eagles are sensitive to the voice or the voices of eagles. And when you are an extraordinary visionary, your ears are not open to trivial, petty, valley-dwelling language. You're sensitized. You're sensitive to selective hearing. That's right. You choose to hear people and voices that are where you are desiring to go. Now let's take up with the last 3 points of this. Extraordinary visionaries, and this part one is on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel at Robert Blakes, and you can see the first part if you've not seen it. But number 4, extraordinary visionaries are always at their emotional center. Extraordinary visionaries are always at their emotional center. You cannot be an extraordinary visionary or an extraordinary achiever and be out of control emotionally, because the success ride is a fast ride, and it's a ride that's filled with highs and lows. There are going to be days where you're going to feel like you're winning. There are going to be days where you feel like you're losing. And if you don't have control of your emotions will take you out of the entire game. You have to be at your emotional center if you're going to be an extraordinary achiever or an extraordinary visionary. The journey is filled, again, with what I said, highs and lows. And here, let me read this. This is a quote from somewhere. I forget, I didn't put where it's from, I don't think. It says, research involving more than 1 million people reveals that 90% of top performers are skilled at managing their emotions in times of stress to remain calm and in control. As Travis Bradbury, president of the emotional intelligence provider Talent Smart, reveals, the ability to prevent emotions from boiling over and remain cool under fire has a direct link to performance. So as a visionary, you are the drum major of your own existence. You are the drum major of your own existence. You can't afford to be on an emotional roller coaster because of circumstances, because of shifting or changing circumstances. You have to stay centered. Recently in one of our churches, we went through a great exodus. I mean, in this particular church, people just kind of piled out of there by, wow, like somebody was shooting off machine guns, and I didn't understand why. Later I understood it to be a spiritual thing, spiritual attack even. But I had to remain at my emotional center. And now I'm looking at how because I stayed centered emotionally, everybody else on the team that stayed in place were able to stay grounded and stay centered. And now we're in the come up season where this thing is shifted and it's turned around. God has brought new leadership into the church, new givers into the church. If I had fallen apart, the whole vision would have collapsed. When you are a visionary, you cannot afford to fall apart emotionally, because everything is riding on your stability. Everything is riding on your stability. I don't care if you're a woman, you as well have to remain at your emotional center. You cannot afford to fall apart. If you fall apart, everything else falls apart. So now, there's very little I don't think there's anything that's going to shake me to the point that I'm going to lose my cool. As a visionary, I'm always going to maintain my focus. You know why? Because things shift back. Sometimes things fall off, people leave you, people that you thought never would leave, they walk away from you. Well, I've gone through that so many times. I'm immune to it because I've always seen God step in and do what only God can do. Whereas the young pastor would get emotional and carried away and say a lot of crazy things. I say nothing. I just keep on saying I'm on top and going higher. I stay at my center. Philippians 4:11 through 13 says, "Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content." Whatever state I'm in, I've learned to be content. See, a visionary cannot get too high, and a visionary cannot get too low when things go bad. You can't get too high when things go well. You can't get too low when things go bad. You have to learn how to stay at your center. Keys to maintaining emotional balance. Identify your triggers. Keys to maintaining emotional balance. Identify your triggers. What is it that triggers you to going off the deep end? Number 2, strengthen your emotional awareness. Pay attention to yourself and be aware of when you're shifting. Number 3, find a safe place to vent frustrations and even to express joy. God will give you somebody that you can vent all of that stuff to, that you don't go off in the midst of people who will use that, moment against you. And then number 4, journal your daily thoughts. It's like feeling the emotion. When you journal, it's like feeling it. So number 4, extraordinary visionaries are always at their emotional center. Number 5, extraordinary visionaries embrace the pain of success. Extraordinary visionaries embrace the pain of success. See, because the visionary is often, now listen to this carefully. This is going to help somebody. The visionary is often hated for thinking so differently and for manifesting greatness. You're often hated for thinking so differently, for thinking so high, and you're hated for even manifesting the greatness that God has put in you. And the one that would be great must have a high emotional pain tolerance. You will only succeed at the level of your pain tolerance. Let me tell you something. To succeed at anything, to greatly succeed at anything, comes with a heavy emotional toll. Because you will find people that you thought would be in your corner, would be cheerleading for you, are going to walk away from you. Some of them are literally going to hate on you. Some of them are going to try to sabotage your success. And success is painful. So you will only succeed to the degree of your pain tolerance. If you are so addicted to people that it breaks you down and breaks you up when they walk away from you, I submit to you that you will not be able to succeed at too high of a level. Because every time you make another rise, you drop, you lose people. And if you cannot deal with that pain, that the pain of that reality, that my success separates me from people, there it is. My success will separate me from people. New levels, new devils. That's exactly right, Doc. my success will separate me from people or people from me. Well, actually, it's not always that they're separating from you. It feels like that. Actually, you're separating from them. They can't go where you're going. And it's a pain that comes along with that. And you have to, if you're going to be an extraordinary visionary, you have to embrace the pain of success. I'm surrounded now in this season of my life with a whole different team of people. The people that I thought would have been with me, who were with me for decades. Many of them are gone. I don't know where they are. In most cases, I don't know why they're gone. I got brand new people around me. And there was a time I was like, oh man, I'm heartbroken, I'm depressed. That didn't last long. There's something about success that has a wonderful way of bringing healing to your heart. That didn't last long. I don't sit around grieving over people like that no more. No. I learned to enjoy the rise, and I learned that God brings new people in your life on the new levels that are going to celebrate you and support you. It's amazing. The higher up you go, the better the quality of people that surround you. It's amazing. But if you sitting there and you still mourning over who left, who's not with you, I'm walking this out by myself, you don't realize that God has a whole new team waiting for you on the next level. And that team is going to make your load light. The other team, you had to drag them almost. But this next team, they're going to pick you up and carry you. I'm surrounded by a whole new team. Because one of the major pains of success is that your success separates you from people that you love a lot. If you're not ready to deal with that, you're not ready to go. How long will I mourn over Saul? I've rejected him. Mark 10:29-30 says, and Jesus answered and said, verily I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my sake in the Gospels, but he shall receive an hundredfold now in this time, houses, brethren, sisters, mothers, children, and lands, with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life. You are not going to succeed without persecution. And the greater God makes your name, the greater the persecution. I don't even respond to stupid people anymore. There was a time I tried to defend myself. I don't have to defend myself against a lie. I don't even respond to stupid people anymore, man. They can say whatever they want. They can write whatever they want. At the end of the day, I'm living my truth. It comes with persecution. Man, people were talking all kind of crazy stuff. They were saying I took all the money out of New Orleans and I brought it to Houston, Texas after Hurricane Katrina. I'd like to know where that money at. All that suffering I did trying to keep that ministry alive. I'd like to really know where that money's at. Sitting on the airplane, reading this stupid stuff all on the internet. I didn't respond to it. Didn't even respond to it. Because, even when I'm down, now y'all got to hear this. Y'all got to hear what I'm saying. Even when I'm down, I mean, dragging the ground, give me this day my daily bread. I never walk like it. I always represented my brand. Even when it looked like my brand was bust, I represented my brand. I would never go around poor mouthing. I would never go around begging. Never gonna go around talking about I got a hard luck story. I'm always on top and going higher. So even when I was struggling, the perception was he's balling. And of course, because I maintain that prophetically, it comes to pass. But every level of success comes with persecution. From family, from friends, from haters, from people you don't even know. That's why when you succeed and you thrive, you got to make sure all your business is tight, because people will lie on you. They'll bring false accusation against you. So you got to make sure all your business is right. Get you some strong CPAs when you're dealing with money. Make sure all your business, your finances are tight. All your taxes are paid. Because success brings haters. That's a part of the pain of success. You become isolated from, you're kind of like Abram. God told Abram, leave your family and your homeland. You become isolated from everything that was familiar. And that's painful. Eternities, exactly. Rejection, betrayal, and abuse are the everyday reality of great visionaries. Hey, Dr. C, good to see you, man. Rejection, betrayal, and abuse are the everyday reality of great visionaries. Again, success is measured by how much pain you can take. And then number 6, finally. I love you, Scopes. Listen to you while working. God bless you. Thank you. Number 6, extraordinary visionaries are lifelong students. And I'm done. If you are a person that is quick to conclude that you've arrived, I submit to you, you haven't even gotten started. Chosen vessel will always have a Judas. Lifelong learners. You know, right now I'm learning a lot, man. I'm learning stuff that I never thought I would even be interested in. Because, you know, you cannot switch levels with the same knowledge. I believe, you know, the old age, for instance, is not a date on the calendar. You begin to become old the moment you stop learning. When you wake up and you say, I'm no longer a student, I no longer need to learn, I don't want to grow, I don't want to embrace new things, it is then, you know, that you become antiquated. But extraordinary visionaries are lifelong learners. I forget who it was that said this. I don't know if it was Dr. Sonia. Somebody said it. I don't know who it was. It wasn't me. It was a powerful saying. When's the last time you did something new? When was the last time you did something for the first time? There are a lot of y'all that are on here right now who have not done something for the first time in years. It's been so long since you've done something for the first time, you can't even remember the last time you did something for the first time. That's symbolic of your not being a learner. You are stuck in a routine. You are stuck in a comfortable routine that subsequently keeps you stuck on a certain level. When you stop learning, you stop growing. You can't qualify for the next level with the same knowledge. You cannot go to college if you're still operating with 10th grade education. At least hopefully you shouldn't be going nobody's college yet. Extraordinary visionaries are lifelong learners. I am learning new things all of the time. Right now I'm learning stuff about publishing. I'm learning stuff about computers. I was sitting down with a man in the airport about my age yesterday, and he was talking about how his 9-year-old kid is teaching him about coding. And I'm like, I'm interested in that. You know, you have to be a lifelong learner to be an extraordinary visionary. You know, reading, what do you read? What do you read? If I came to your house, would I see a table full of magazines and no books? You show me your bookshelf, I can show you your level. Show me what you're reading, I can show you where you are. And more importantly, I can show you where you're going. Extraordinary visionaries are lifelong learners. I forget who said this. My man says in a certain writer, he says that you don't need necessarily a physical person to be a mentor. The library is packed with them. You can go to the library tomorrow and you can get the greatest mentors in history in a book. You can between covers you have what has taken most people a lifetime to learn through experience, and they're giving it to you through exposure and through instruction. But you got to love knowledge to tap into it. And most people do not do the extraordinary because they stop learning. See, what was great 10 years ago is average now. In fact, in some cases, it's below average. Great, the bar of great and excellent is always moving. It's always moving. Excellence is, it's really not a destination. It's a pursuit. You're always in pursuit of better. You're always in pursuit of doing your best. It's not perfection. It's doing your best with what you have in the moment, then learning more to be able to do better tomorrow than you did today. That's the life of an extraordinary visionary. Cannot achieve the extraordinary if you stop learning. You can't. You cannot. And you know, as a pastor, I can't just sit up there and just, I know this is going to sound sacrilegious to a lot of y'all, but where I'm trying to go, I can't just sit up there and just read the Bible all day. I got to know about other stuff. I got to learn about other things. I got to surround myself with more than just preachers. I need business people. I need media people. I need people that are savvy in social media. I need PR people. I need political people. I need all kinds of people around me to expand my understanding, because my capacity on the outside will never outrun my capacity on the inside of my head. Yeah, you can't relate. All right, here you go. Let me let y'all go for the night. Came on late. Proverbs 24:3-5 says, "Through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches." By knowledge, a wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. All the stuff you want is going to be, it's concealed within your knowledge base. It's concealed within your knowledge base. It's concealed within your knowledge base. So if you want God to bring you to that level, you got to learn of that level on this level. You know, a friend of mine that reached out to me today, he's a great educated man, preacher, pastor, all of that. He's a recording artist, and now he's an author. And he's a great researcher. And man, though I've been writing books, you know, longer than him, this guy did some research and learned some stuff and called me today. His first book hadn't even hit the shelf yet. He called me today and said, "Man, I'm doing this X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, wow, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to apply that to my next book. Because I surround myself with people that can educate me. I don't need no bunch of dummies around me. I'm dumb enough by myself. I don't want no dummies riding with me. I don't like being locked up in the car with people that's dumber than me, man. I like to be locked up in the car with people that's talking stuff that I'm picking up on nuggets. I don't even like being on the phone with people, not that long, that's not able to teach me something. Because I know my knowledge base is the foundation. See, you can't build a high rise on a family home's foundation. The foundation ain't going. I don't care how big your house is. You get the biggest house in the world. You can't build no high rise on that foundation. The foundation of a high rise has to go deep and wide. Extremely deep and wide. So my knowledge base is my foundation. I can only build to the extent that my foundation, my knowledge, can hold it up. So for those of y'all that's doing all this finger popping and dabbing and all that kind of stuff, all that old crazy mess, you need to go read something. You need to go back to school. You got all this time to be running around talking about when your man coming or when you gonna get a woman. Go to school. Go to school. Fall in love with those books. Get you another level of education so you can have another level of success. You don't move to the next level with the same knowledge base, babe. It don't happen. If you don't educate yourself, if you don't fall in love with learning, success is going to run from you like a rabbit running from a hound dog. You'll never catch it. Lifelong learners, extraordinary visionaries are lifelong learners. Yeah, I was dabbing. Don't y'all make me get my groove on out here tonight. Praise the Lord. Want a smart man, but you don't want to learn nothing. Look, see, come on now. See, there you go. You talking now. See, and Lord, send me a king. Send me a king. Kings are educated. Kings don't want no dumb woman. Send me a queen. Send me a queen. Queens are educated. Queens don't want no dumb king, no dumb man. You trying to, I got to let y'all go. You want this stuff. You praying for this stuff. You claiming this stuff. You confessing this stuff, but you only really attract what you are. So if I want a new experience, I got to become that. So I'm done, y'all. I love y'all. Let's go.